Hey guys, today I'm going to be ranking my favorite support characters in Injustice 2 Mobile, and as always this is my opinion, and let's get into the video. Number 5 is Bane, Silver Bane to be exact. He's been in the game since it first launched, and Bane is one of those like classic support characters, where he does exactly what a support character is supposed to do. He just makes his teammates better. He's got two passives, well one passive but has two different abilities to it, or two different things to it. The first one is he adds 30% team's damage for basic attacks, and he adds 30% critical attack chance for team. Two very simple passives, yet they do so much. Take, for example, Predator Batman. If I want to use him against Horrific Scarecrow or something like that, I will take Bane's gears off and stuff like that, or whatever, so he could die. And in addition, because Bane adds 30% critical attack chance, that means that my Predator Batman has a better chance of getting those crits in, which also means that I can use one of the slots of the gear talents to put attack or put whatever it is I want to put, damage. It doesn't really matter, defense. And that's what makes Bane such a good character. It makes it so that you don't have to focus on damage so much on other characters, and maybe you can give them a little bit more health, or if you want, you can even give them more damage. Bane is one of those just classic support characters, and I really love him. And the fact that he's silver and that he's been here since the game first came out and he's still this good makes him even better in my opinion. Number 4 is a character I feel like people have forgotten about, and that would be Nightwing. I think people have completely underestimated how good Nightwing is, especially since nowadays, characters like King Aquaman or Last Laugh Joker or The Flash, all of those characters have a lot of fast attack. And specifically the Flash, obviously, he has 3 hits in his fast attack. But all the fast attack just helps him out even more because he generates 0.3 power every time he gets damaged. And if somebody has fast attack and he uses a basic attack hit, that would mean that it would double for a normal character and it triples for a Flash character. So for example, if a Flash character hits you once, but his fast attack triggers, that means he hits you 3 times. And if he hits you 3 times, that means that you're generating 1 bar of power every single time the Flash hits you. If the Flash puts a 10-string combo and you block, that means you get an entire power bar in seconds. That is crazy. That's really good. Especially with King of Atlantis Aquaman, who has that passive where if he dies, he can come back. Nightwing really helps him out with that because I could just spam passives, spam specials, tag Nightwing, build up my power bar, and tag anyone in and not really have a problem. I can keep going in. In addition, I also use Nightwing as a tank. I use him as a tank and a support, which I guess in a way you could debate that he's not a support character because he does need to have a lot of health to be really good, because there's no point in him being on your team if he's just going to die, unlike other support characters like Bane, for example. But it's not that hard to give him a lot of health. I mean, you just put the health stats and the defense stats on him, and he's ready to go. You don't have to focus on any damage at all. Your damage dealer is going to do all the damage he needs when Nightwing gets you that full power bar. Number 3 is one of those newer characters, and that's Shazam. I'm pretty sure everybody knows why his character is so great. His passive is just insane. This one is specifically the one that's more insane because he adds 100% attack for Arcane and Might teammates. Pair him with Aquaman or any other, multiverse armored superhero, any other Arcane or Might hero that does okay damage. This guy will make them do insane damage. He makes good characters better, and he makes great characters monsters. That's what makes this character so awesome. That special alone, I think, is why he's such a good character. But he also adds healing. He also has chances of disabling enemy specials, which kind of helps your team with, keeping their health intact. And also, like I said, Special 3 gives you health. I haven't really been leveling it up because I've been saving up my credits. But this character is insane. You don't have to really do anything with him. Just promoting him and leveling up his stats is enough, or leveling up his specials is enough. You can, do a whole combo, tag Shazam, put a SP3, in there to heal up, and then you can tag him out. You don't even have to work on his gears or anything. Just promote him and level up his abilities, and that's it. That's what makes him so great. He's so diverse. His passive is so simple. It's so diverse. It's great. Number 2 is a little bit of a cop-out because I couldn't really pick since I really like these two characters. It's Atrocitus and Emerald Green Lantern. Both of these characters have very similar abilities. I'm going to go over Atrocitus first, since if I really did have to pick, I would put him a little bit better than Emerald because of his reflection shield. He adds the reflection shield for 12 seconds, 9 seconds of lethal attack, which kind of sucks. Still 3 power bars, which is great. Let's go over Emerald Green Lantern. He also has 3 different, parts to his passive. He's got the hammer, which does 3 seconds stun. That one isn't that great anymore since there's a lot of stun resistance, but when it does stun somebody, it's great. He steals 2 bars of power, or he gets 2 bars of powers. And I think because you tag in, you also get that extra bar of power from just tagging in. So it kind of adds up to 3. And then the sword adds 100% critical attack damage. The reason why I kind of tied these 2 characters is because Atrocitus, I think his only good part of his passive is a reflection shield. But he's just a lot better in general. However, with Emerald, you have 2 better parts of his passive, which is the power bar gain and the 100% critical attack damage. I really like those 2. It's very similar with Atrocitus, how he could steal the power and how this guy can get the power. They're both basically the same character, just kind of different in a couple of senses. But yeah, they're good. If you put these 2 characters on any team, you're going to be generating power like crazy. Like, absolutely crazy. I put my Green Lantern team with those 2 and John Stewart Green Lantern. And every time I tag in, I get like 4 power bars. It's awesome. But yeah, these 2 are great support characters. They can both have a lot of health. You can have them in the background. You can do whatever you want with them. They're good at building combos. They're just both basically similar characters, and they're really good at everything. The only thing they're not good at is damage, and that's why I just consider them support characters. Now, the number 1 spot does not go to 1 character alone. It actually goes to 3. Alright, I know number 2 was a cop-out, but number 1 is a mega cop-out, alright? Dr. Fate is going to be the first one I'm going to talk about. Obviously, everybody knows what he does. He just takes away 2 of the team's power bar costs for special abilities, which is great. He takes off defense also, but if you took that off, I wouldn't really notice. The main part about him is you just get specials a lot quicker. That's, again, very simple. I don't really have to explain that. It's amazing. The other person who gets the first spot is Power Girl, and the reason why is exactly why Dr. Fate got the first place, because it's the exact same thing. Minus 2 of the team's power cost for abilities. Exactly the same. I don't really have to explain it. I mean, getting specials quicker means you could spam them and you could do more damage. It's pretty common sense. The third spot for number 1, that sounds really weird, third spot for number 1, it would be Horrific Scarecrow. And that's because Horrific Scarecrow is like the opposite of Power Girl and Dr. Fate, but in a good way, because he makes the opposing team's power cost more by 2, which is, kind of exactly the same as Power Girl and Dr. Fate. The only reason why I prefer Dr. Fate and Power Girl is because I'm more of an aggressive person, and it makes the game quicker if you get the power quicker. Whereas Horrific Scarecrow kind of, pushes away their ability to get the power, the enemy's ability to get the power. It's the same thing. I mean, come on. You can't blame me. They're the same characters, basically. All these characters can have a lot of health. I don't think any of these characters can do massive amounts of damage. I think Power Girl could at one point, but they nerfed her. But yeah, like I said, all these 3 characters have the easiest abilities to understand with the best abilities in the game, the best passives in the game for support. And like I said, don't blame me, please. These 3 are just awesome.